Good morning friends. Today we are discuss regarding metal forming analysis, semester 7, metal forming analysis, subject code 2171913. So first question arises in our mind, metal forming processes. For forming process is a different versatile processes are there which have the broad classifications are there. So forming is a manufacturing process by which the size of the shape of the part is changed by application of the force that produce the stress in the part which are generate the yield stress and less than the fatigue strength of the material. So applied load may be a tensile, compressive, shearing or a combine of the all. So as per introduction, a product is a produced by the shaping the metal into the required shape and size. In mechanical work method, no machining process is required in the forming process. Is carried out with its use to achieve the optimum mechanical properties in the metal. So it is basically depend on the property of the material. By applying the force, the metal is plastically deformed into the required shape. So it is depend on the stress strain property and the plastic elastic limit of the particularly metal and alloys. So this deformation take place when the stress curves in the metal reach at the yield point. So after the yield point, deformation should be start to occur. The mechanical working reduce the cavities present in the metal and also use the remove the impurities. So during the forming process, we have to consider the cavity and the again cavity as well as the different defect occur during the forming process. The waste of the material remove is the negligible of the too small and production is a high when the compared to other manufacturing process. So let's start. We are showing the classification of the metal forming process. So here the metal forming process is basically classified into two basic category, bulk deformation and sheet metal work. So particularly bulk deformation is a nothing but so perform as a cold, warm and the hot for all three situation forming process. When the sheet metal working is mainly work with the cold working process of the forming. So if I am explaining you bulk deformation in the detail, then the input material is in the billet. It may be used as a billet, rod or a slab forming. This process is involve large amount of plastic deformation. The cross section area of workpiece change without the volume change. Means there is a no change in the volume. Just we have to change the external shape. Okay. The ratio cross section area versus volume is very small. The basic operation in the bulk deformation are, you can observe here, rolling processes, forging processes, extrusion processes and wire and bar drawing processes. So this is come under the bulk deformation process. And if we discuss regarding the sheet metal working process, then in this process plastically deformed by the tensile loads into a three-dimensional shape, often without the significant change into the sheet metal thickness surface characteristic. The basic sheet metal process are shearing, you can observe the shearing, deep and cut drawing and miscellaneous processes are there. Okay, so basically we have to focus on to the particularly shearing, bending and the deep drawing processes. So these are the basic process, and the stretching process is also one kind of the sheet metal processes. So in particularly sheet metal process, we basically work onto the cold forming process. Okay, let's go ahead. Now the bulk deformation versus sheet metal process. If we consider the process, then bulk deformation has the low surface area to the volume ratio, already we discussed, and the operation increase surface area to the volume ratios. So for that purpose, if we are considering, then rolling, extrusion, forming and the drawing operations are there. Then the bulk draw, if we consider the rolling characteristic, then it is a compressively deformation, and two two or more rollings are used for the deformation purpose. You can observe here, this is the rolling process. We inserting roll inside, two side rolls are there. This is our stock, and this is a strong frictional relationship is there. When in the exclusion characteristic, there is a compressive deformation, force and metal through the die operation, and the strong frictional relationships are there. And for that purpose, hot and cold working process is observed. So you can observe the first here in the animation. We are starting with the first view. So first we are doing the blanking outer side, then it is a again extrusion of the particularly bar. So we got the particularly desired shape. And if we discuss the sheet metal work, then characteristics is large surface area to be volume ratio, then little ratio change after the process. Obviously the particularly in the sheet metal is very small. Then machining called presses, means by using a press, you can observe in the first GIF file, you can observe here, by pressing we generating our final output. Then parts called stamping, this is stamping operation. Tools and punchers and dies are there. So here is the dies there for the exclusion process. For that operation purpose, we are using a bending, drawing and shearing operation. So in the first GIF file, you can observe the bending operation is going on. This is the wire drawing process. By applying the external force, tensile force, we draw the wire and reduce the cross section area of particularly bar. And you can observe here the shearing process is there. So we are here, the two particularly upper and downward side blanks are there. By using that blank, we are doing the shearing. Okay, so this is the particularly related with the sheet metal working. Let's go ahead. So metal behavior in the flow stress is the very important. So stress is equal to K into dimension N. So it is this component of the flow is YF, the international stress. So this is the international stress is very important for the particularly any material property. Okay, it is depend on the material property. And process force, consider the duration compression, during compression determine the intersection force as well as the maximum force is often all that requirement. So this is a typical at the end of the stock. Okay, so particularly effect of the particularly this stress will be up to end of the stock. And force analysis may be based on the average stress and the strain. So you can observe here the average flow stress is here, YF is equal to K into N divided by 1 plus N. So this is the material behavior for the flow the stresses. So particularly temperature effect is also there. As per temperature effect, we can classify the metal forming process into the particularly three category, and that three category: cold working, warm working and the hot working. So now let's start with the, we are discussing regarding the all three categories. Okay, so temperature is particularly when the cold working, we can say that all three have the different advantages. We discuss regarding all three method in detail, but right now we just observe the advantages. It is a good accuracy and tolerance, better surface finish, strength, then directional properties, then energy economically. And also the disadvantages are there regarding cold working. It is a higher force and power is required. Obviously we are not hit the metal, so we have to provide the external high force is required. Okay, then strain, yielding, limit and deformation, many needs to the annuals. So for some drawbacks are there. Instead of that, warm working. So warm working is a nothing but it is a in between. Whenever we are dissatisfied with the hot working and the cold working, at that time we are preferring the warm working for the particularly operation purpose. So it is a above the room temperature operation is there, but below the recrystallization temperature. Why it is a below the recrystallization temperature? Let's discuss. Because if it is increase the recrystallization temperature, then the defect will be occur. So it is necessary when we are working with such kind of operations, we have to know the material property first. Okay, lower forces and powers reduce the strain herding, then the more difficult geometry, no need to analyze. So disadvantages are there. Some more energy, limited geometry is required. Now temperature and metal forming regarding the hot working. So in hot working, above the recrystallization temperature is required, because at that time the thickness of the material it will be higher. Okay, 0.5 tm to T into 0.75 temperature is required. Lower forces power, no strain hardening, difficult in the geometry, isentropic properties are affected on the hot working. Some disadvantages are there. More energy is required, obviously. Poor surface finish is there. If we doing it with proper quality and proper techniques, then we can achieve the surface finish also. Then shorter tool life, obviously in the hot working tool life is very low. Now how working and cold working, now we discuss regarding the hot working and the cold working. The metal forming of the working process are mainly classified into the two category, hot working and the cold working. The above division is one of the basic working temperature is like that. So when we are discussing regarding the hot working, here is the detail is that the mechanical working of the metal above the recrystallization temperature, but the below the metal melting temperature is known as the hot working. So here is the two parameters are there, and that two parameters are very important for us. First one is the recrystallization temperature and second one is the below the melting point. So below the when I am discussing the below the melting point, means the melting point is if our recrystallization temperature above the melting point, then we cannot achieve the desired shape of the particularly material. The recrystallization temperature of the metal will be above the 30 to 40% of its melting temperature. So you can observe here one schematic diagram is there. First we have the cutting of the blank, means we have the sheet roll is there. We prepare a one horizontally sheet under the floor, then we are preparing blanking, then heat treatment process is going on, then direct hot forming is there, then you can observe the one final geometry is there, then we are final trimming, means we remove the external surfaces, this is trimming is there, then that it is the final product is there. So in the hot working process, first we have to heat the particularly raw material, or we are providing the, it is called a preheat in the industries terms. So you can observe the in the hot working of the particularly, so it is above the 1000 degree temperature Celsius, grain size is increased, and due to the, here you can observe the one diagram of the grain size. So when the grain size is decreased, we change the desired shape, and then we are doing the cooling process, means normal at room temperature, we are, it is called a cooling or a natural cooling is there. So this is the recrystallization of the temperature. So at that place we can do forming or a forging process during the hot working by using a hot working process. Okay, so now here is the semi hot working. Semi hot working is a nothing but it is a warm. As we discussed, the drawback of the both the cold working as well as the hot working processes are eliminated by this method, and this is the warm working. Okay, in this method the metal are deformed under the condition of the temperature and strain rate. The ductile tolerance and yield strength factor should be considered for the selecting of the temperature and the strain rate both. Okay, so let's go ahead. So what is the advantage of the hot working, that we already discussed, but here is the some detailed advantages. Force required is the less when compared to the cold working process, and toughness, ductility and the resistance can be the improved. Quick and the economic process, obviously it is a very economic process. Then porosity is eliminated and density of the metal is increased. So this is the very important. Due to porosity, so many defects are occur in the metal forming process, but by using a hot working process we can reduce the defect by such kind of porosities and all these things. Some slag is there, slag exclusion is there, so many defects are there. Then suitable for the all metals, obviously it is a suitable for. Some disadvantages, surface finish may be a poor, obviously I say that. Close tolerance and the autonomic cannot be achieved. Automation is not possible in the hot working due to the high working temperature. But nowadays I can say that automation is possible in the hot working by some specific equipments and the simulation process, okay, by using a robotic technology, but still not achieve that much automation in the particularly hot working process. Tooling and handling cost are the very high, obviously, because in this particularly process big jobs are there. Sheets and wire cannot be produced, obviously we cannot produce due to the heating process, okay. Types of hot working process again in detail. Hot forming, we can consider hammering forming, drop forming, upset forming, press forming, roll forming. We discuss all this process in detail in next chapters. Hot forming, hot extrusion, drawing process, swagging process, and the hot spinning process, okay. Then the cold working, the plastic deformation of the metal to be required shape being the performed below the recrystallization temperature is known as the cold working process. So here the main hero, or we can say we have to focus on the recrystallization temperature of the each and every material which we are utilized for the forming process. The recrystallization temperature is above melting temperature, but generally the cold working is carried out only at the room temperature. So there is no need of external heat in the cold working process. It is working with the room temperature. So you can observe here one schematic diagram. This is the elastic deformation, plastic deformation, and this is the load is there, means we are applying load gradually and against the deformation. First, in the first case of when we are applying the load, it is goes from elastic beyond the elastic limit and it goes onto the plastic limit at the yield point. So after the yield point, it is start to deform gradually, but in the particularly maximum plastic deformation of the any material, it is at the maximum load. So after the maximum load, we are not applying any kind of load, but we are putting it into the cold condition, means at the room temperature. Up to end it will be a fracture. If it is fractured, then it will be not utilized. So we have to utilize this yield point. So below this yield point we have to deform up to some limit of the plastic deformation. We can deform it, but after then we cannot deform it in the cold working process, okay. So classification of the cold working process is the blank drawing, wire drawing, tube drawing, and embossing. Switching operation is there. Switching has a number of types are there: pruning, seasoning, swagging, knurling, and the extrusion. And the third is the bending is there. In bending, plate bending, roll forming, angle bending, and the seaming are there. These are all are the cold working process. So metal used for the cold working processes are the mostly we are using a low recrystallization temperature metal. Low and medium carbon steel are there, and copper and light alloys are there. Material as a aluminum, magnesium, and titanium. Titanium we are not using actually in actual practice. So some advantages of the cold working are: widely applies as a forming process for steel, better surface finish is being obtained, provides high dimensional accuracy, thin material can be obtained, suitable for the mass production. Limitations: the surface finish may be a poor, close tolerance cannot be achieved, stress forming in the metal during the cold working is higher, okay. So let's see some difference between the hot working and the cold working. So here you can observe the hot working and the cold working difference. So first, working above the recrystallization temperature, obviously we are discussing, and in the cold working below recrystallization temperature. First point. Second point, new crystals are formed after the hot working, and in the cold working no crystallization is there. Third point, if harden the metal, here is the harden the metal is there, here is the no hardening is required. Means hardening means we are doing the heat treatment on the particularly material in the hot working. Due to that, strength of the material will be increased, okay. Number 4, Impurities are removed from the metal. Obviously when we are heating, the impurities come outside and we are remove it. It is called a slag. And in the cold working, impurities are not removed. Obviously I am agree with it. Number 5, elongation of the metal take place, and in the cold working elongation decreases. Okay. The number 6, large size metal also is deformed and limited to size. Number 7, surface finish is not good. Good surface finish obviously in the cold working. Okay. Blow hole, crack, gate and the welding during hot working. Okay. Then ductile is obtained during the cold working and it's useful for the machining process. Number 9, internal stress is not formed and stress forming in the metal will be the occur. So here is the stress is not formed and in the cold working stress is formed. Okay friends, if you have any query particularly in this session, you can contact me. You can write down your question in my comment box and you can email me. Thank you so much.